My name is Mark Bailey. I'm a site director. I've been with Progrexion for 7 years.
My name is Caitlin Moffitt. I'm the breaking news reporter at Progrexion, and I've been here for a month and a half.
I'm Kevin Moon. I've worked at Progrexion for 2 years, and I'm the Senior Director of Financial Planning and Analysis.
My name is Sydney Coker. I'm a graphic designer, and I've worked at Progrexion for almost a year.
My name is Greg Rouse. I am an Assistant Director of Reporting and Analytics, and I've worked with Progrexion for 7 years now.
When I hear the word credit, I think of security, opportunity, just general hard work.
When I hear credit, I think of cards, loans, and scores.
Freedom, obligation, and borrowing.
I was 18 when I received my first credit card offer. No, I did not accept. I didn't feel like I knew enough about credit to handle having a credit card.
I received my first credit card offer when I was 16. I didn't accept it because I was taught that credit is bad. Don't get a credit card because you'll spend money and you'll go in debt.
I did not accept my first credit card offer. I wasn't ready to take on the obligation.
I first learned about credit when I was in high school because my friends were getting credit cards.
I learned about credit from my parents as a young kid.
I was first introduced to credit when I was 10 years old, and it was a brief conversation, and my mom told me, don't get a credit card.
My parents and one of my professors in my second year of college were the biggest sources of education for me with credit.
I never learned about credit in a high school class, but my parents taught me a lot about credit.
Everything I learned was from my parents.
I think credit education should begin when you're in high school because that's the time that kids are starting to look into buying a big purchase like a car and they need to take out a loan.
I think that young people should start to learn about credit when they're teenagers.
I feel education on credit should be taught at a very young age. I'm teaching my 9-year-old about credit.
I think credit should be taught in a formal setting that is highly interactive, that allows individuals to see how their decisions make a big impact down the road.
Credit should be taught both in the classroom and at home.
I think parents should be responsible for teaching their kids about credit, but I also think that there's opportunities in education and classes for credit to be taught.
Individuals ultimately need to be responsible for developing and educating themselves about credit.
As a parent, I feel it as my responsibility to teach my children about credit.
I would tell consumers to learn more about what is actually reported on your credit report and what factors into your scores.
Hard work in general just isn't enough anymore. You could work hard every day, but at the end of the day, your credit report is a big part of your communication and it needs to be considered and it needs to be taken more seriously.
Seek out credit education, know what you're getting into. If you don't understand it, jump online, do some research.
I wouldn't have the lifestyle that I do if it weren't for access to credit.
Credit is important because it gives you the gateway to opportunities you wouldn't have otherwise.
Credit matters because it influences your ability to live that American dream of owning a house and owning a car and having the freedom to do the things that you want to do. And that's why credit matters.